and welcome to Very Gary Podcast number 12. This episode of the podcast, Ben Edwards was in for a little chat. Ben's a musician. He's living in Ontario right now, but he's playing a couple shows here in Nova Scotia. So he stopped by, and we're good old buddies. So we got a little silly the first night, had a few drinks, and attempted a podcast, which turned into a blooper reel, a 25-30 minute blooper reel. But then he came back the next day and we did the actual podcast with just me and him, and we're kind of pressed for time. I wish I had more time with him, but it was good to catch up nonetheless. And thanks for the visit, Ben. Enjoy the podcast. All right. Ben Edwards is in the house.
Hi.
We tried this last night, but one thing I've learned in doing podcasts is that if you're going to interview somebody and you have to it's not like I was trying to act a certain way, but to keep the ball rolling when it's not usually a natural thing. So me and Matt and Ben all kind of sitting together, and then when we start, I asked Ben a question, and then Matt would be like, "You're so stupid. That's what are you asking that question for? Why can't we hang out?" So anyway, we did about 25 minutes into the podcast last night, and then Dustin showed up and we ended up jamming anyway, but it
just didn't feel right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming today, Ben. And we just had breakfast last night. We're shaking all the cobwebs out of our head today.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to get a quick podcast in before his drive comes and takes him away from me.
There you go.
How you been?
I've been great. How about you?
I've been good.
Yeah?
Smashing this microphone into my face.
Nice.
You can just pull it right back.
Thank God there's foam.
I know.
Deep.
Yeah, Ben just got done playing a couple shows.
I did.
Where are the shows at?
I played in Halifax, Truro, and Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, which one was your favorite?
I think the one in Truro, being at the Marigold, being in a theater. Yeah, it was good.
And you said that who was playing with you again?
Eric Peters, who did that show with us in Maitland that time. Yeah,
Eric's good.
He's good.
Where's he living at now?
He's back here in town, I guess.
Yeah, because he moved out west too, right?
Yeah, he lived out there for a while.
Cool. Yeah, Ben was me, Ben, and Matt were all in the same band together, and Ben moved to Ontario or Toronto, and this is how long has it been since we seen you? About 6 months or so?
Give or take, yeah.
Something like that. But he's having fun, I guess.
Good, yeah.
What's the best thing about living in Toronto opposed to Truro?
I've been floating a lot. Sensory deprivation floating.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah, there's a place that's not far from my house. So I've been trying to go at least a couple times a month.
Really?
Yeah. So I've been digging into that. It is kind of messed up.
Are you getting good at it?
Yeah, you know what? I went a couple days before I came here, and for the first time ever, I was actually getting visuals.
Oh, wow, really?
Which is kaleidoscopic, shapes moving around.
So are you able to get out of your own head and kind of relax in there? Does it takes a couple times?
It takes a bit, and I think if I wasn't in a city where you're just constantly stimulated, walking down the street, there's just noise and movement everywhere.
Yeah, I
Might be
suppose so.
easier.
So it's like silent in there.
This one, there's a streetcar that runs outside of the building. So sometimes if you're paying attention, if you're listening for it, you can hear the rumble of the streetcar.
Oh, really?
But it depends on what room you're in there too, but it's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you get claustrophobic or anything like that?
No, this one's actually huge.
Oh, really?
It's I can stand up in there, and it's at least 7.5 or 8 feet tall.
Okay.
And I don't know what the exact dimensions are, but it's big.
I thought that they had that they're all small.
A lot of them are. They're not much bigger. It's coffins kind of.
So you get in there, you strip down naked.
Yeah.
You just go in, lay down. Do you float? Are you floating?
Yeah. So there's I think there's 800 pounds of Epsom salts in the water.
Jesus Christ.
So it's super salty. You don't want to get it in your eyes.
Oh, yeah,
there's
right.
only maybe, I would say 6 or 8 inches of water in there, and you just
Oh, really?
Because it's so thick, yeah. You got to try it sometime, man.
Yeah, I
And
don't have
take some
patience for
edibles
it.
before.
Yeah, really though.
That's one thing I haven't done yet.
Yeah, you'd have to do that. I would for sure. But yeah, I don't have the patience to get good at staying quiet. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like sometimes it's usually only an hour long, but sometimes towards the end, I'm just like bored in there, like moving around, like pushing myself back and forth.
Did you ever pee in it?
No, I don't know if they'd ever know.
I bet you there's a lot of people that do.
People probably are like, you know what?
sure.
I paid my money. I'm
Oh yeah.
just gonna pee in here, and no one's gonna know.
How much is it? How much is it?
I think if you go like a single time, it's like $60 for an hour.
Jesus.
But there's deals to get like cheaper rates.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Oh, excuse me. There's a lot of people that have that probably pay the $60 and they don't get anything out of it. They just get like a little relaxed feeling probably from it.
It's crazy though. It's really popular. Like you get a book sometimes like a week or two in advance just to get in there.
Really?
That's great. Yeah.
That's freaking insane.
So that's what I've been doing. What about you?
I've been staying steady at work, doing the gym thing a lot.
That's great.
The gym's try to stay after it like a lot, but I injure myself. Like I injured my neck a couple weeks ago, and
Right.
I was in physio, and she's fixing me up pretty good. And I went back yesterday for the first time, but I only did like legs.
Yeah.
But I will
Played
be
safe.
Yeah, I know. Well, still a couple exercises. You're always like straining your neck and stuff. My mouthpiece too. I didn't have my sleep apnea mouthpiece for about 2 weeks. I know.
Man.
I'm okay with it. I can talk about my sleep apnea.
I tried that thing on this morning.
Gross.
It was great. No, no, kidding. I'm kidding.
That's disgusting. Yeah, but I had that thing, and like your jaw really plays a huge part in like your neck.
Yeah, you never think that, but
So,
like
like-
everything's so connected.
In sleep, I was clenching my teeth and grinding my teeth and whatnot.
Probably like tensing the muscles.
Yeah,
in
it's
your neck.
exactly what it was doing. So as soon as I got that back, I started sleeping with it. I think the first day I woke up, I was like, oh, frig. Nice. I can move my neck and stuff. I'm actually going to go do another sleep apnea study. And I'm gonna see if one of the ladies want to come on the podcast too and talk about
That's
it.
cool. That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things that I heard that I don't know if that are true or not, and there's a lot of things that nobody talks about that I've looked up. But
Good to bust some of the myths, so to speak.
bust some of the myths. Yeah, man. No, I haven't been doing a whole lot. No band stuff, no music stuff.
Yeah.
This podcast, it's fun. It's keep me busy with like editing a little bit and stuff like that. And some people come over and visit me, but now that the weather's starting to pick up, I'm going to doing some traveling and stuff. I have a couple places in New Brunswick that I got to go this summer, and going to a hops farm.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I'm going to stay there and work for like a weekend and help them out and stuff.
Oh, man, that's great. I knew a guy who did that in Ontario.
Mm.
That guy's a real jackass, but the job sounds cool.
Who is it?
Oh, it's nobody we know. Like, nobody important. He's just like kind of a weird dude. But hops are cool.
Yeah, Ben was telling us last night he works at a cider house.
Yeah, we're gonna cider bar
A cider bar.
on the side. Yeah, that's my side hustle.
How many times can you say side in that?
Side.
Work at a cider bar. It's a side hustle. Get
Yeah.
it? Cider.
On the dark side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
How long have you been working there for?
Almost a year now.
Man, time goes so friggin' quick.
It's insane.
Nuts.
Like I feel like I just moved. It's been a while.
Yeah, so like, yeah, it is weird. There's probably been times that you lived home here and we haven't seen each other for friggin' 4 months, though.
That's true.
There's been times like that for sure.
Yeah.
Been like, you're out running or chasing crazy ladies around or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Friggin', so what, your songs, the new songs that you wrote, you said how many did you write?
I've got like enough for another record.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess since
Which
you're
is
up
cool.
in you're up in Ontario, it's not as easy to get recorded and stuff like that. It's probably a lot easier down here to get recorded because you know everybody.
Well,
Or...
actually, I've been lucky to meet some like good industry people there, so I've got some good studio connections now,
Oh, really?
which is cool. Yeah.
Did you ever hook up with a band or anything up there?
Not yet. There was talk about maybe joining a band a little while ago, but I think that's still kind of on the back burner.
Yeah.
But
You kind of want to just keep on doing your solo thing.
yeah, but I want to put a band together for sure, especially for the summer months coming up. Get some stuff lined up.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
You can still get gigs, acoustic gigs all over the place, though, eh?
Oh yeah, it's just so easy to move around that way.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun, for
Yeah.
sure.
I try and work on going to Europe. That's like the next big goal is get over there.
Yeah,
Try and
it's
chase that
decently
down.
cheap to do it over there. I
Yeah.
mean, it does definitely cost money, but it's probably
Sure.
a lot cheaper to go over there. Everything's closer.
Yeah, you can just move across several countries quite quickly,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah, that'd be all right. They appreciate music a lot more over there too.
They do. They have like a different respect for it than here,
Yeah,
which is
for sure.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah.
I wonder if Andre and them guys would ever do that because they did that tour. They're just out west.
Yeah.
I wonder if they would ever go to somewhere like Europe.
Yeah, I don't know. See, my kind of stance on it is like touring Canada is cool, but it's hard because like long drives, it's hard to get noticed. But like if you go over somewhere like Germany, like they love music, they pay more, and you can play so many more places in a small distance.
Yeah, right.
It just seems to make more sense.
You can have up your like a mini tour, like
Yeah.
a week tour, but you play like 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, like you could probably play, like you could do, a 7-day trip there and probably play like 12 or 14 times,
Jesus Christ.
which would be amazing.
I always picture Anvil.
Yeah.
Remember the movie Anvil?
Yeah.
They're like always screaming for their money and stuff, but it's like they're doing a show, like traveling
because they were
around.
over there too. I remember that scene where he's just like freaking out with the promoter.
Ugliest dudes in the world.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Great guys, I guess.
I
don't know.
guess so. I guess they are good guys. I was talking to somebody that went to a Metallica show. Wasn't it Metallica? I think it was a Metallica show years and years ago, and Anvil opened up for Metallica.
Wow.
And they were talking to him. Buddy's car wouldn't start or something like that, so one of the dudes from Anvil come over and offered to, like, here, man, take my cell phone and call somebody if you need to. And it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be like, get out of here, loser.
Get here, Anvil.
I'm just joking. Their drummer's badass, though.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good. The rest
Man,
of
they're
them.
like such a good band, but they just kind of luck wasn't in there. It works for them.
I think it was like most people, it doesn't really matter if you're ugly and play music. You can still get the girls, but these guys were just ugly.
Yeah. They just got the music.
I can't even remember I can only remember the main guy and the drummer. I don't remember the other guy. There's another dude, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're 3-piece, yeah.
A 3-piece metal band. So weird.
Yeah, it's not the most common thing. Although three pieces are pretty fun.
What have you been listening to for music lately?
Oh man, where do I begin?
Oh, really? Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I've been listening to like a lot of different stuff. Like world music more.
What do you mean?
Just
World
like-
music?
Like Indian and like Moroccan music and like Turkish music. And,
Really?
Yeah, like there's like some traditional instruments from those eras that I want to get and learn how to play. And
Like the sitar?
yeah, a
Doing,
sitar.
doing,
There's another like smaller one called a sarod that I want to get.
Oh, yeah. What does that do? What is it shaped like?
Let me find you a picture. Actually, it's pretty crazy. It's got I think it has 8 strings. It just looks awkward to play, but they sound great.
Yeah, there's so many different instruments out there. I was at work one day, and my buddy Thomas there, he's like, "Hey man, check this out!" And friggin', it was a percussion instrument, but it had strings. You played it with sticks, like mallets.
Oh yeah, like a
And
what do they call it? A dulcimer?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pretty
a
crazy.
Dulcimer, it's called.
Yeah.
Friggin' nuts, man. His friend makes them.
No way.
Yeah, it would cost for a finished one. I think it was like $600 or something like that.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what. Fuck, I can't make this picture any bigger. This is what they look like. Like you sort of hold it like a guitar.
So it looks kind of like a violin, a banjo, cello, and a fish all had sex.
Yes.
And then came up with this.
Yeah.
I'll
And this is the offspring.
Huh, that's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, it's cool. There's actually a place, there's a little music shop not far from where I live that has one right now. I need to go try it out.
How much are they?
They range from like, 500 up to probably 15.
Yeah, that's crazy. Why don't you send me one of those pictures so I can put it right on this?
Yeah.
I don't even know what's it called again.
A sarode.
A sarode.
Yeah.
I wonder what sarode means.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too.
Yeah, it looks like it has like a cello kind of like the keys up by the.
And it's not probably much bigger than that cigar box guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I want to get one of those and a sitar.
Yeah, sitars are neat.
Sitars are cool.
Bow, bow, bow.
There was a place in New York I went to that was just like this dingy little shop, and he had a bunch of sitars there. It was like Sitar Center.
Sitar Center.
And, that's not actually what it's called, but it should be.
It's funny as hell, though.
Yeah, and there was an electric one there I really wanted to bring home.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never even really thought about it. They would definitely have an acoustic and electric versions of them.
Yeah, at the time I didn't know how you and John would feel about me playing an electric sitar in the band, so I left it there.
That'd be so weird.
That would be a little different.
Yeah, you'd be definitely the weird guy.
Yeah, even more so.
So they must have like their music stores and everything in Toronto must be friggin' insane.
Yeah, like there's we have Long McQuaid, but then there's a place called Steve's. That's a huge music store.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome drum selection.
There's a drum company or a drum factory, or no, he just sells like refurbished, reused drums. Can't remember. I don't want to look at my phone for it, but it has it's crazy, man. The friggin' deals. Like he has a warehouse. I look one day and he posts like the cajon, the box drum.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we got a new shipment of these drums in. Come pick one up. And friggin' he had like a warehouse out back, and it was like full of these stacked to the ceiling, these friggin' things.
Wow.
It's like, holy shit, like big companies. This guy always has these crazy friggin' deals too.
There's this really cool place that somebody showed me one time. It's a small shop that's probably the size of this basement, but he has all these amazing vintage like 50s and 60s kits. Huge kick drums.
Really?
From back in the day.
Yeah.
They're amazing. They're
Yeah.
so expensive, but they're cool. They're like collector's pieces.
Oh, frig.
And like he did have a couple cocktail kits there too,
Oh, yeah.
which are sweet.
Man, I would love to have the money to be able to friggin' go down to one of those shops and pick up like, a
Yeah.
friggin' awesome kit like that. Yeah, because I seen Slingerland and stuff like that. There's like used kits, like old kits and stuff. And I'd love to have one of those kits, man. But they're like, you're looking at freaking thousands of dollars for these friggin' things.
Yeah.
But a lot of people use them. A lot of people love them.
Did John ever show you the snare that he got?
No.
He's like I think it's a Slingerland. It's like a 60s model that he found at the New to You for $15.
Shut up.
And it's badass.
Oh my God! Everybody has these stories of getting
Like
stumbling on shit like that.
yeah, crazy stuff.
Like Marcus Kosh he was buying storage containers and stuff like that and flipping them. And he said he got one storage container. When he went into it, he found a snare, like a Ludwig, but it's like the deep one. It's like 6.5 inches deep, and it's like the thing's. I don't know exactly how much it's worth. It's like $1,500 or $2,000 or something like that.
But he bought the whole storage container for like $70 or like $90.
Wow.
And he had this friggin' thing in it. It was an awesome snare too.
That's a sweet return.
Yeah, I know. I could never find cool shit like that.
You gotta start flipping containers.
Flipping containers. That would be kind of fun to do.
Yeah.
You get a lot of times though, man. You get
just like random junk.
yeah, random junk.
Yeah.
Just shit.
Stuff that people don't want in their homes.
Yeah,
they
and then you
still
have to
own.
worry about the cost of like cleaning it or like getting it shipped away or like, you know what I mean, the
Torching the
dumpster
whole
or whatever.
container,
Yeah. I don't even know how that works, how much it would really.
Yeah.
I think he said like $90 or maybe he had a share in it or something like
Okay.
that. Maybe, I don't know. I never tried it. I know people that have done that with clothes and stuff though.
Yeah.
Container ship full of clothes and they sell them pants and shirts for like freaking super cheap sneakers.
Yeah. You sell stuff on eBay if you wanted to.
So have you speaking about all the equipment and stuff, have you changed up your equipment any?
Not at all, actually. I'm sort of looking at changing up, just adding more stuff like effects and stuff to the acoustic
Yeah.
side. But yeah, it's pretty much the same as it was.
You get that sitar, then you'll be all freaking.
Then I'll be sad.
I wonder if anybody's ever put effects to a sitar.
You know what? I'm curious.
Gonna have to try this out.
Yeah, it's just a nice delay and
So what else? Tell me
Laser.
what else about the city do you like?
it's cool. It's just like I keep telling people there's like the city itself just has all of these different personalities. Like depends on where you are in the city. It's like you're in totally different places, which is cool. So it's just so much variety.
Yeah.
You can find anything that you want there, like anything to do. It's expensive, but
Is it?
yeah, it can be. But it's cool, man. There's so many cool people, and people are just doing their thing. They don't really give shit about
Yeah.
everybody else. You can walk down the street and there's hundreds of people around and nobody cares. Like, everybody's
Yeah, it
just doing
seems
their
like the
thing.
more people are around, the more invisible people are.
Yeah, it's weird because I noticed being back here, it's so easy to just talk to strangers. But there, it's like people just stay in their kind of bubble for the most part.
Yeah, right.
It's like if I've been taking Ubers a lot, which they still don't have here.
Yeah, they don't have it here. It's so stupid. Nova Scotia, man, is the worst friggin' spot in the goddamn world when it comes to keeping up to the rest of the friggin' world.
Yeah.
Oh, it really does make me mad. These stupid cab drivers really gotta go.
Right.
They gotta go because we're beyond that shit now. It's crazy.
Bring Uber to town.
Bring Uber to town, yes. But anyway, you get
Yeah,
Ubers all over.
so there's like Uber has this thing where you can either like order one for yourself or you can do what's called like Uber share. So like they might pick up other people along the way.
On the way, right?
But nobody ever talks to each other.
Really?
So you could be in a car full of people and nobody has any interest in talking. It's kind of crazy.
So what does that cut the cost when you do the share?
Yeah, it's like a little bit cheaper. That's why they offer it.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
It'd suck to get you get a Uber and then every time you get an Uber, this other person gets an Uber and they're there every time. And you shared an Uber like 10 times and never talk to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so
Like,
strange.
it's crazy, man.
Uber's the way to go, though, eh?
Yeah, somebody told me the other day there's like 50,000 Uber drivers in that city.
In the city alone.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's
Or it's
more
probably
people.
Like the GTA.
That's like double the population of this town.
Yeah. It's like if you double the population and everybody that was their job.
Yeah. Do you know how many people that would do that around here? Like
Quite a few.
now, you probably have to have a decent vehicle. It probably has to
that's
be.
the thing. You have to have like a nicer new vehicle. They don't really make a lot of money though, from what I've been told.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently like the fees that Uber takes for various things, like on say a $10 fare, like the driver, like Uber takes almost like $5 of that.
Oh, okay.
So they're really only making like half of what you're paying them.
Yeah, I guess.
Which I
Somewhere
could still
like
make money though.
Yeah, somewhere like Toronto would be worth it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, or would it be worth it in a place like this town? Because you got, like, things are spread out a little bit more. If you're getting an Uber from somewhere, like, instead of your $5 trip or whatever, it would be like a $15 trip.
Yeah.
Half of that, you make more money. More trips. So, I don't know. It'd be weird.
Hard to say. Yeah.
I wonder what Uber is waiting for. I wonder if it's a taxi thing. Is it a government thing that are stopping them from coming this way?
I don't know. Maybe it's just like, I would think in Halifax it must work. Like here, they might not get
Do they
the
have
volume.
them? They have them in Halifax?
I don't know if they do or not. There might be like 1 or 2 drivers around or something. I never checked, but here it would be pretty hard. Like it would be hard for one person to stay busy. I would think here. I don't know. I don't know how like busy
Yeah, I
the
don't know.
cab companies are here.
Just always picture like people like my buddy Glenn. Well, you know Glenn.
Yeah.
It's like he likes driving around anyway. So it would be a perfect thing for him to make
Yeah,
a couple
just
extra bucks or
keep
something like
driving
that,
and-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, Uber would be fun. What about your restaurants and stuff there? Do you have any good places what
Yeah,
do you
there's some
usually
cool-
do for food now these days?
Cool places. I haven't really like gone out to check out any restaurants in a while, but there's some really great ones I've been to. Like somebody took me to an Ethiopian restaurant,
An Ethiopian
which
restaurant.
is so cool, man. The food is amazing. It's basically like it's all of these like sort of like hummus like dips and like they're not salsas, but they're like kind of built like that. And it comes on a plate, but on the plate under the food is like this piece of bread, where it's like a giant pita sort of, and you don't have utensils. That's what you eat the food with.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like this communal thing. Like you all share.
That's strange because well, it's not strange, but I seen a thing on TV the other day, and it was the same kind of thing. Indian, I think.
Yeah,
Or no, you said it was Ethiopian.
Ethiopian. Yeah,
Yeah, I think this was Indian that they're at. But anyway, they had this huge pan over a fireplace, and they had like that. It was like a little tortilla thing,
yeah.
and they had like a bunch of stuff on it, and a bunch of cut up vegetables and stuff, and then they were cracking eggs, like hundreds of eggs,
Oh, really?
and just putting it in. And then they basically just cut it up, and everybody comes in, eats it right off the pan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's different.
That
But-
sounds amazing.
But that would be good to try, I think.
Yeah, it's so good, man. It's like the pita type thing is almost like a crepe. Like it's very like what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's very light and kind of fluffy, like a crepe would be. It's
Yeah,
basically like a giant crepe. I'll see if I can find you a picture of.
So these things you could probably get like all different like ingredients, whatever you want in it.
Yeah, like it kind of depends where you go. So let's say it would look kind of something like this. And so that that crepe sort of thing is underneath that. So you just break it off and you eat it with your hands and like kind of scoop up the stuff with the bread. And they give you extra too, obviously, but and so
I'm not
you
gonna
would,
lie, that does not look appealing to me.
yeah, I know that picture may not be the best picture, but there's some like great like, chicken and whatnot.
Yeah, I get it.
What else is like really cool that I've tried there?
Indian food or fucking
There's some great
Ethiopian. I keep on mixing that up.
Indian restaurants too. There's some like really amazing taco places too in that city, like Mexican food.
Oh, okay.
It's really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a friggin' what's it called? They make like burritos and stuff like that up in the Power Center.
Oh, really?
What's it called? It's right beside. It's like right up by Cheese Curds.
There's the cheese curds up there too?
Yeah, they got a couple new restaurants in Truro.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know. What they need is something fun.
Yeah.
So,
Like Chuck E. Cheese.
yeah. Hey, here you go with your overpriced restaurant in Truro. Glad everybody's so rich here.
Yeah, it's going to do well. Good luck. All the best.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we just got home from Fletcher's. Fletcher's is a little tiny restaurant here in
it's a
Truro.
jam. It's a staple.
Yeah, it is. I remember going to that place ever since I was a little kid, man.
Yeah.
Yep, and it floods like every 2 years. A flood comes and ruins it, but they fix it and they freaking it's up
Just
and
keep
running
going,
again.
and they still bang out great breakfast.
It's hard to get really good food, like because nobody takes. Like you go to any restaurant in here, I don't even have to name names, but you go to like one of the biggest places on Roby Street, and you go in and you can make food at home better than they can.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of not being lazy. Like you have to get up and actually do it and like prepare to cook your meals and stuff.
Yeah, it's like some places just sort of bang out food, and other places really are passionate about it. It's very easy to tell the difference.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you can tell if one place is a production line and one place is like where you actually make good food.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I always wanted them to open like some kind of barbecue smokehouse here in Truro, but have it only a few days a week, not every day of the week.
Yeah,
and
so it's sort of limited.
Yeah, and have it open up for, Saturday, Sunday, maybe a couple days through the week, but only have it open for about 8 to 10 hours, and people have to call in orders and make reservations in order to eat at this place.
Yeah.
And it would suck. I know I'm bitching about people not having a whole lot of money or stuff like that, but people would travel for really good food, man.
People love barbecue.
Yeah. Have it up by the power center. People on the highway can friggin' pull off on their way through.
Yeah.
Like, buddy of mine worked out west, Jeff McIntosh, and he was working at a place. He doesn't work for them anymore, so I won't mention their names, but that's what they did, man. They were a smokehouse, and they did like brisket and like stuff like that. And he'd have pictures on Facebook, and just the most mouth-watering food you ever seen in your life. Is crazy. And he'd get up at they made it with a real a wood chip smoker. So he'd get up in the morning and get the friggin' wood burning at 5:30, 6 in the morning.
That's cool.
Have it ready by 10 or whatever, like the temperature up and everything, and start cooking throughout the day.
Wow.
And all the scraps from the brisket and things, when they're done with them, it would all go to a local taco shop. So they make taco brisket tacos.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty friggin'
That's
insane.
amazing.
I love some smokehouses, man, barbecues and stuff. I didn't barbecue once. You probably lived here the last time I barbecued.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have a barbecue on our patio that one of my roommates won. And it's been there the entire time we've lived there. We haven't used it once.
Really?
And we're like, oh, this is great. You want a barbecue? Like, we're going to use this thing all the time. And it still hasn't been touched.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but we don't have any barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
guess
go
we
get
can't.
propane. And whatever.
I used to love doing, back when we used to jam down in, when I lived in Black Rock.
Yeah.
That was
There's
awesome.
some
We'd have,
barbecues out there.
yeah,
For sure.
we'd have a weekend. We'd just get a bunch of beer. The guys would come up. I'd go get a bunch of hamburger and steak and chicken and stuff like that, and have I have a bocce. What are they? With the coals.
Oh, yeah.
Always lit the coals and stuff like that and got it all ready, and then a barbecue hamburgers and stuff on it. And it used to be the best. We get so friggin' full and play music on the deck. That shit was fun.
Man, I miss that house. I miss
Yeah.
the times we had there, man.
Yeah, out of all the places that I missed, that place is definitely top.
What did you like more there? Jamming in the living room or jamming in the basement?
Well, I've had a lot of good times. In the basement, I had a lot of good times where, it's 3 in the morning, and you're down in the basement. The house is locked up, and you're kind of nobody else is around.
Nobody knows. Where
Yeah,
you
and
are,
I'd have head plug or the earplugs in and go crazy and just beat the shit out of my drums for until 4 or 5 in the morning. And then go up and go to bed, and it was cool. And then when I come down in the morning, none of my stuff was the drums or anything. It wasn't in my living room then, so I didn't have to clean up, didn't have to move it around and stuff.
Point.
But I remember coming downstairs, beautiful day, or maybe even it's a rainy day. It doesn't even matter. I'd come downstairs and my drums would be right there in the living room. Like, turn on the freaking TV, my drums. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go on the drums and shut off the TV.
Yeah.
And go play. All kinds of rooms opened up really nice. Animals loved it.
Yeah.
I love that place so much, man. And if I ever had a chance in the future, like if it's fixed up now, if I ever had a chance in the future, I'd probably buy that place.
That was a cool property, man. It was a cool house.
Yeah. I'd have to own a truck, though. The road going to it sucks.
That road is...
It's only washed out, 3 times a friggin' year. But, no, we had some really good times, really good jams.
Yeah. The porno mag incident.
Oh, I don't think I've ever told this story on the podcast before.
I kind of forgot about it until we started talking about the house.
Yeah, start flipping through all these different... Yeah, I had... Alex called me up or texted me and he's like, yeah, we're going to your place to jam. I'm like, cool. He's like, what time are you off work? I told him. He's like, oh, shit, we're not even going to be here by the time you're off. I was like, I don't care. Just go anyway. So Alex is like, yeah, we left a couple beer in the fridge for you. I was like, oh, cool, man. Awesome. He's like, all right, well, we're just locking up now. See you later. And so I was like, all right. I go home. I go in, unlock the door, and I swing the door open. And there are Playboys all over my house, scattered, all open to the centerfold, like hanging up on the wall, like the cupboards and everything. And just because they're a collection, a box of Playboys that I had, somebody else in my family had, my brother.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like a creepy uncle or something.
No, yeah. Can you imagine?
These are my uncles.
No, they're totally, brother used to collect them. So I had a big box of them. So the guys just dug them out and started plastering them and laughing about it.
I don't even know why we did that. Like, I don't know where the original idea came from, but
I remember Dave, Alex just said, Dave was like, I'm out of here, man.
yeah, he was like, Dave's going to be pissed.
Yeah. But when I come in, I just like swung the door open. I was like, oh my God. And then I put my bag down. I was like, this is so awesome. Half naked women all around my place. So I opened up the fridge. There's like 3 tall boys there. I grabbed one of them and I cracked them. I was like, well, I better put away these magazines. So I was putting them away, but as I was taking them down and like, I was appreciating before I shut them.
Right.
It's like, very beautiful. Shut it. And back in the box you go.
Yeah.
And then that took me... I bet I did that for about an hour anyway. There's a lot of magazines
It
out.
took us a while to put those up.
And then I get to the freezer. My favorite part is when I opened up the freezer. I was like, just do. George,
remember that.
George, there's a magazine of George Clooney, a People's magazine, and George Clooney's in there. And I'm like, I'm going to leave that in there. So, like, when Dave came back over and he opened up my freezer, he's like, oh, my God, you got a magazine with George Clooney in your freezer? I was like, yeah, he's keeping everything cool.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
That was so awesome, though. Yeah, I did have some really, really good times out there. Some big bonfires.
Yeah.
Big bonfires. A lot of barbecue, a lot of booze, a lot of sun. And that was the first time, actually. Yeah, I was living up there when we first met.
Yeah.
Because what happened was, this is a story of how I met Ben.
Right.
My cousin, I was talking to my cousin Mickey.
Yeah.
And his mother, or your mother, I think, gave him one of your cards. Because you had, I still have that card somewhere.
Do you actually? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the card had Ben's name on, his information, contact information, whatnot, and it's a songwriter, singer. And so it's like, Mickey gave me the card, and I was like, Jesus, cards, motherfucker's got his own cards made up. I'm like, what the hell? So it's like, whatever, and I was talking to Dave about it, and Dave was like, well, give him a call then. So I gave him a call, and you come over to the house, and yeah, it's like we had like such an established band that we're like, just sing a couple songs for us. Let's see what you got anyway.
Yeah.
And Yeah, he did a couple songs, and up to this point, we haven't really met a whole lot of people that have written originals and their own stuff. So, like, we're like, oh, this is going to be great. But he actually played the songs, and we're like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like, you're actually a songwriter, like, crazy. And that was it. And that was, I think we started, who else was in it? Was Abe there, too?
Yeah. So he came in, like, just around the same time.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else? Me, you, and Dave, and him, and was there somebody else in the beginning?
No, that's right. There was just 4 of us.
Yeah.
Because we're trading up the bass. Nobody wanted to play bass.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We go to a show, and, like, the bass would be passed around like a friggin' joint, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and we never ever got a bass player. And then...
Why is that, I wonder?
I don't know. I think it's because... everybody was just like, well, I can play the bass.
We'll try it out. We'll do it.
If I can play guitar, I can definitely play bass. Like, and so that's how it always happened.
Yeah. But nobody wanted to be the dedicated bass player.
Yeah, yeah. So we ended up writing songs together. We did a EP together down in Halifax. We played a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And met a lot of different bands. Actually, I talked to anybody I talk to in music is because of you. Like, I met through you in our shows and stuff like that. But later on down the road, I think it was, how many, would it be like 2 or 3 years? And then you were going to do your own thing.
Yeah.
And then you were like, well, here's this Matt Eisen guy that I know from Dustin's.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, what does he do? He's a bass player. He plays everything, but he plays bass mainly, and he likes to play bass. And I was like, oh, well, I'll get a hold of him. So I got a hold of him. That's when I lived out in Brookfield.
Right, with Dave.
Yeah. And he come over, and it was like the same thing. We played a bunch of songs, hit it off with him. It's like, oh, great, we got a bass player now. But we're down like another singer. Like, you know, there's always like a balance that kept falling off.
Couldn't
and
have
that.
one or the other.
Yeah, man. Yeah, needed a nice rounded band. Oh, well, we did good for what it was, though, really.
Yeah.
And it was fun. And
Everybody had fun.
It was an experience. We actually got some radio play, too.
That was good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I found that recording the other day, too, from our show at Monty's.
Yeah, right. Did you listen to it?
I haven't listened to it yet. I'm going to listen to it today.
Oof.
I sent a picture of it to Abe, and he's like, send that to me, and I'll master it.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm curious about what's on there.
I don't know. I just remember that gig. Their house drums that they had, they were nice.
Yeah.
They had a really nice set of Mapex drums. I think they were Mapex, but they were just, nobody tuned them. They just kept stuffing them full of things. And you hit the head and you just be like dribbling a flat basketball. Annoying.
Yeah.
It was a good show. That's a nice place.
Yeah, it was a fun stage to play on.
Great setup.
Yeah.
Somebody calling you?
Yeah, somebody is calling me.
Wonder what time it is. Oh, might be. I was going to see if it was your drive or not, but
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, we should wrap it up, I guess, then.
Okay.
Are you going to be in Truro tonight?
No, I don't think it will. Do it at my folks' place.
I was going to friggin' see if you wanted to do a couple songs sometime before you left.
Yeah,
Just throw them in. Well, anyway, if not, then maybe you can send me a couple songs to add in for the introduction and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll send some stuff to you.
All right. Oh, well, we're going to have to cut this short.
It's been real fun.
But we did get one in anyway.
We did get one. We will do many more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And once Skype becomes good quality,
there's got to be a
and
way
stuff
we
like
can
that.
do it on. Yeah, online. There's got to be a way. I've got gear at my place so I could just sit there and.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you any longer, but thanks again for doing a podcast. And
thanks for having me.
Maybe I'll take some of the stuff that we attempted to do last night for a podcast too, and kind of mix them in. Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody. And Ben's gotta go back to his province. All right.
Well, thanks for listening to that podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you need something a little bit more silly, here you go.
All right. Ben's home. That's pretty cool. So you guys all jam together and stuff?
Not really.
Did they ever play in the house?
What?
Jesus.
She just turned this into a sexual thing,
Are we rolling right now?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
and it's live. I'm just joking.
Great. You can edit out all this.
No, it's staying,
No,
buddy.
I usually don't.
No, it's all staying.
Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's
So
do
what
this
about
podcast.
the
I'm ready.
ask them?
We are doing it. We're just
This
chatting.
is it.
Wow. Anytime shit gets crazy, I'll just start stomping my feet. We don't have to start this over. Otherwise, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep all this and use it for blackmail.
Oh, please
So,
do. I'm gonna interview you. That's what we should do sometime. Do a podcast on you. What you?
All right, starting the podcast. And 3, 2, 1. Hey Ben,
Hi.
Ben's home. Matt's here.
Hi.
We're all buddies. We're waiting for another guy right now. Dustin, where you at? You could be having a beer with us, Dustin, but you're not here yet.
Some nice cervezas.
Pussy.
4 hours to get 45 minutes worth of material. Trial and error.
Yeah, this podcast we've been waiting to do for a little while because you moved.
Yeah.
Selfish bastard.
I'm excited.
Ben's chasing waterfalls across Canada.
I do the rivers and the lakes that he's used to.
Chasing Jason Waterfalls.
I don't know who that is.
That's like a what do they call that? Lyricosis? Where people like misinterpret lyrics.
Yeah.
So they think that in that song
Don't
they're
go
saying,
Jason
"Don't go
Waterfalls."
Jason Waterfalls."
Oh, really?
I've heard that. Yeah,
I heard of a CCR bathroom on the right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
There's the Q104 does a bunch of them. I
Oh
forget
yeah,
the
that's
name.
right. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They have like lyricosis every morning at like 7 o'clock or something. Hey, my name's Peter with a P like pterodactyl.
I work at a bar downtown. It's a cider bar.
Cider bar.
Yeah.
I already hate this place.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. You're not gonna like it.
Really?
Yeah,
All cider?
like 150 different ciders
What's the
What?
point? How? What do they...
from like all around the world. It's pretty crazy, actually. It's like the first one in the country.
So it's not even different flavors of ciders. It's just different makes of cider.
Yeah, different cideries and whatnot. from around the
Cidery's a
world.
word?
Yeah, man, it's like a huge industry. It's crazy. I didn't even
It's
really
big
know
over
about
in
it.
Europe. I know
Yeah,
cider's,
it's like-
huge in like Britain.
It started in Europe and well, technically it probably started.
I
way
just can't
way
drink
back.
because they taste too much like wine.
Yeah, and it's
They're like a
made
beer wine.
very similar to wine. It's like
So is alcohol.
It's as extensive as wine. Yeah, most of them are like the average is like 7%, so it's higher than beer
So you drink that?
sometimes. Although I've been off the sauce for a couple months
And says the guy that's holding the beer.
until
Yeah,
tour was over, and now that it's over,
Until you came back to this house.
oh, yeah, I couldn't
This
come
house
back.
will get you every time. It's like quicksand.
Oh yeah, just when you think
open
you're
up
out,
the door, it's like beer.
grabs you by the leg, pulls you back in.
It happens.
Cider.
Yeah, cider. It's crazy.
So weird.
Yeah.
And you said it's like it's as extensive as wine?
Yeah,
Like
so it's made almost the same way that wine's made, and there's almost as many varieties. Like it's insane.
I never even thought about it.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
weird.
drink it. I don't like it.
yeah. Well, the thing is, like most of the stuff that we have around here is like sweet, sugary cider, but the stuff like most of the stuff we carry is dry and like really good. It's insane. It's like I
think you're
want to
right,
get
man.
some good stuff and bring it down for you guys just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
I feel like you get hooked on it.
Yeah. Jesus. So, yeah, that's weird. Blueberry. Do you got blueberry cider?
I think we had a cider at one time that had blueberry. We have 12 different taps that keep rotating with different stuff.
You have friggin' cider on tap.
Cider on tap, yeah. And then there's
Jesus.
like probably 100,
So what do you serve
130,
with-
140 different bottles too.
What do you serve with food or for food?
It's like casual fine dining.
So what goes good with cider? What do they recommend?
Oh, you could pair it with anything. It's kind of like wine.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's like a whole other world I didn't even know about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now you're knee deep into it, huh?
Now I'm knee deep into the cider. Apples deep.
I don't care, boys. You can't beat Mason's good old apple cider.
Yeah, you're right.
Different kind of cider, but
Different kind of cider, but that cider's good.
It's good stuff.
It is good.
Gross.
That's from the valley, right?
Yeah.
I think what happened
Yeah.
with me, I think I've mistaken cider for apple juice one time when I was a kid, and I just pounded a glass into my guts.
And it was like thicker and...
Yeah, it was not good. It just burnt the crap out of me.
It had some cinnamon stuff in it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good. Don't like it.
Love it.
So this place stayed busy though. Everybody, like a lot of people. Do you have like a busy cider night, like Friday, Saturday?
Oh
Gets a little
man,
off
yeah.
the
Like
hook?
Thursday, Friday, Saturdays are really busy. Sometimes random weekdays. They've got a huge patio.
Really?
Not a huge patio,
People
but a
start getting
great
crazy, start leaving their napkins on the table when they're done.
patio. Yeah, things get insane there.
I'm only eating half my cheesecake.
Done. I'm out of here. Yeah.
That's weird. So what else? You've done other work though, other than that place.
Yeah.
Out there. What else have you done?
Oh man.
Do I want to know?
You name it.
You probably
You name it.
Rent boy.
It's been crazy.
Yeah. Aggressive.
Yeah, just mostly trafficking narcotics and
Yeah. Makes sense.
And,
I mean, you're like
that
the
sort
hub
of
of
thing.
Canada, right?
yeah, it's
Just-
just in one door out the
Yeah,
other.
it's just hop across the Lake Michigan
And away you go.
and away you go, yeah.
Do you take advantage of all the Toronto things like baseball games and stuff like that?
I've been to a couple baseball games.
You're talking to Ben Edwards about baseball.
Dude, you know what? I will tell you guys this.
Toronto, though, I'd have to go to a baseball game.
I went with my brother one day when he came to visit. And I'd been there like 10 years ago. We went there. It was $10 to get in. And the great thing about the Sky Dome, is you can sit anywhere in that stadium.
Yeah.
Low seats, nosebleeds. Every seat is a good seat. It's fucking
really?
crazy. Yeah, it's a good time, and they know how to party.
Never been to a friggin' big stadium like that. That'd be crazy.
It's to watch baseball on TV. I'm not really into it, but
It's awesome.
live, oh man,
It would
you
be
get
like
so
soccer.
into it.
Like I cannot watch soccer on TV, but I bet you if I went over to Spain to like a Madrid soccer game or whatever, I'd probably love it just because like the energy from the crowd.
Totally,
or whatever.
man.
It's, like,
A lot of
completely
people
different
together.
environment,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Toronto has a soccer team, so I want to check out some of those games or
They have
matches
they're
this summer.
pretty good too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like European soccer.
Apparently, like a lot of the players are coming over because what I understand is the MLS is offering more money. I don't know how that can happen, or
yeah, that's crazy.
because the stadiums are nowhere near as big.
No,
But I guess a lot of European players are. The MLS is growing basically, so they're
yeah.
What's the S stand for?
soccer.
Oh, we're talking about. I was still on baseball.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like MLS.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was MLS, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's North American Major League everything.
I was really confused here for a second. Okay, I was like,
What does the F's mean?
MLB? Okay, that's baseball.
Major League Sliding Competition.
Very nice.
What was that thing you were watching earlier? The NFL thing?
Oh, Scouting Combine. Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, there's a guy from what school? Why? Wisconsin? I don't know. I forget what school he played for. Linebacker. So he's got to hit people, catch the ball, pursue people. All like linebacker's pretty engaging position. No left hand. He's
That's
a stump.
amazing.
And he was like, he's going into the NFL.
That's incredible.
Like, to be that good without a hand, you got to catch a football.
Man,
Tackle
that's
quarterbacks.
insane skill.
Pressure's on.
That you're
Yeah.
better than guys who have two hands.
Yeah.
That would be
Like,
so
that's-
insane for any sport.
Any sport, yeah.
But football would be, oh man.
Yeah, it's like when they I first I seen it on the scouting combine. I never heard of this guy before until the scouting combine, and then it showed him benching the 225. I think he did it 20 sometimes, and then but he had a prosthetic on.
Oh, okay.
So he could grip it, yeah. So he could grip the bar. He didn't have it balancing, but yeah, that would have been weird. And then yeah. I forget where I was going with that, though. Oh, yeah, no, I thought it was just like one of those charity things, like, oh, this guy used to play football, and it was his dream, so we're making him in the scouting combine. No, this guy's a legit, like, he's a draft pick.
He's the only one in football history that had lost a limb or that doesn't have a limb.
There was a kicker for the Steelers that, like, was missing half his foot.
Half his foot?
But he was
And he was still a kicker.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. Humans are amazing.
Back in the 70s or something.
Like, it's insane what people can do. Especially if you're that determined.
I seen that thing on Facebook the other day about don't complain about your job, and it has the guy with like a peg leg that's like strapped on over his shoulder, like, and he's like wheelbarrow, the cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and it's like the other arm's fake, and like shows all these people with, you know, Buddy Lane Brick with no arms.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. You haven't piled ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, the dude with the bricks, he's just like balancing it, tipping it over, and then slamming it with his head. I'm just joking, he didn't do that.
I was going to say, how is he not, like, a vegetable?
Yeah, it's weird. Well, I wonder if wait a minute. Don't they have Special Olympics, though, for people with no limbs? Why did he get to play football?
Yeah, it's like the
Because
Paralympics,
he's good
right?
at football. There's no football in the Olympics.
So that's not a stipulation to have all your limbs going into the... That's crazy.
No, it's not
I
a
wonder-
stipulation.
No, I'm saying, like, he'd...
I mean,
obviously.
Like, if he's missing a full arm, then yeah, he's not going to the NFL.
Well, how do you know now? Is it a rule? If you have no arm?
I don't think
That's what I'm getting at, though.
Yeah, I know. No, that's a good point. Like, did they have to check the rule book and be like, oh, I wonder if there's anything in there about this?
Yeah, because we've never seen it.
Because I'm
I've
sure
never
there-
heard of it before, really. Like,
I'm sure there are people that were
But
like,
then,
no,
like,
we're
even
not
if
taking
there
this
is,
guy.
they gotta overrule it because it's 2018 and
Yeah, exactly.
they're like NFL will get sued for discrimination.
I wonder, like,
Yes.
how does he catch? Like, does he catch with this arm? Like, does he catch it with his
He,
elbow? Like inside of his elbow? Oh, okay, yeah.
Does that one?
It's super grippy.
Yeah, but no, he's. I was watching highlight reel on him on YouTube, and he's really good at one-handed, like just cradle catching it.
Yeah, because that's what I would think is just like catch with the inside
Yeah.
of the elbow and fucking go.
So if you had Down syndrome, would you be allowed to play football?
Yeah, if you're good enough in a team, aren't you? I mean, I'm sure.
Fucking crazy. I'm being serious, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Heh. Weird.
Ha!
Yeah, cheers to that.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, yeah, you set your beer down.
Quiet.
I'll go back into it and it'll be like... I heard a noise here the other day. It was like a plane that was flying super low, but it took... I heard the noise for
Sure it
like
wasn't the
10
washer.
minutes. No, yeah.
Seriously, I was in the living room the other day, and I was like, did it just get windy because it was the northern states were getting that crazy storm?
Right.
I was like, did it suddenly just get really windy out? Like, he was like, yeah, what's that noise? And he's like, what the fuck is the dryer or washer? It was
King
just
Nasty.
saying, like crazy.
Fucking
Helicopter?
I gotta hide all my shit. What was John Rogers doing tonight? He's just chilling at home?
He's working. I think
Oh,
he's
he's working
working
tonight.
the night shift or the late shift.
Did you ask him the other night if he wanted to hang out? I mentioned it to you.
Yeah, I mentioned it to him, but he had to work.
Boo!
Guy.
That sucks. So
Yeah.
when do you go back to work?
Wednesday.
So you're leaving
Nice.
Tuesday.
Leave Tuesday. Tuesday
That's
night
work
off.
Wednesday.
Back to work Wednesday night.
Not bad.
Oh
not
yeah,
bad.
it's only like a 2-hour flight. I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah, it's super quick. It's a movie and a nap.
Yeah.
That's the best way to look at it.
It's a pain in the ass if you're going to like Dominican. That's just like
Yeah,
your
man,
connector flight. Stupid. I don't know
One
why we
check.
had a connector flight. It's probably because we had 17 people go down to Dominican with us, which I want to go back to pronto.
Yeah. I was actually looking earlier at going to Morocco at some point
Yeah, it's
in
expensive.
the next couple of months.
That's crazy, eh?
And the flights are like with a bit of a layover, it's like 20 hours.
Morocco.
Yeah, it's going to be sick.
I was looking at different places on Google. I guess it was like Google Earth.
Yeah.
Or no, it was Google Map. It's just the app on my phone. And I put in Madagascar
Yeah.
or just whatever. And like, you know, a lot of the times that they have those cars that go through and you can get a different view, like going up the roads and stuff.
Right.
But a lot of places in the world that you're not able to have that
They
because
just don't have the
never had the car.
access. Yeah.
They have one in Madagascar fucking going down on a raft down on like a river. Like you
Fucking Google, man. Google's got it figured out.
it's friggin' nuts.
That's insane.
Wait till all this stuff from Pokemon start coming through. Like all these different...
Yeah, I wonder how much of that they've like assessed so far.
Dude, tons.
Because like that gives them access to everything, back alleys, like
Yeah.
all these hidden spots you wouldn't see with the car. It's insane.
Yep, they're going to be making some pretty crazy games in the next few years, probably. I wonder what the next one's going to be for like tracking, because they'll want to get more detailed into it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough thing too because
Watches, probably.
predominantly people like obviously the Pokemon thing. A lot of people know about that now. So how do they mask it with the next thing? I mean, like probably track phones and do it that way, but
Watches, probably.
yeah,
Watches
maybe.
probably be a good one, maybe. I think they all connect to your up to your phone via Bluetooth, though, don't they? The watches.
Yeah.
I missed out on everything. The cat caught my attention. I jumped into the conversation. I was like, they were talking about Google, and now they're talking about tracking.
Nay.
Kittens.
Kittens.
So you're getting like out to play a lot of gigs up in Toronto.
Yeah, I've been playing quite a bit.
A lot of plays, a lot of
Which is
opportunity up there to
Yeah,
play.
there's a lot of great musicians in that city too, but they're like everybody's super cool. Like everybody's just really nice,
Yeah.
welcoming. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a lot like the Halifax scene. Everybody's just
Does it remind you of Halifax?
a little bit. I kind of missed Halifax when I was there the other night. I was like, this city's cool, and like, I don't know if you guys have been down there in a while, but like, shit's changed. Like, there's some cool places open up,
Yeah, I went up there.
and like,
I went up there a couple weekends ago. Friggin' nuts, man. They're building everything. They have renovations for all kinds of different buildings.
yeah, you know, and they're putting up all these condos, and like Argyle is gonna have.
You're gonna be able to drink.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to drink and
go
stand on
from
it.
bar to bar.
Argyle and what's the one that's up above that? I can't remember. Grafton. Grafton. Yeah, that's cool. That's like fucking good for them, man.
we were down in Halifax. I don't know, a month ago maybe, not even. Anyway, we went to Pacifico.
Oh yeah.
And we were staying at Cambridge Suites Hotel, right? What is that, like 2 blocks away?
Yeah, if that.
If that.
Oh, yeah, right.
I left the Pacifico, thought I was down by the bridge because when you walk out of the Pacifico, like you're on the hill there. So I was like, okay, I must be down here. I thought, because you know when you first come into Halifax from down by the bridge, you go up the hill.
Yes.
That's where I thought it was. Took me an hour and 40 minutes to find the Cambridge Hotel.
Freaking crazy.
It's like a 5-minute walk.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute walk.
I came in.
I stopped at a pizza place. I got pizza.
Oh, yeah, I walked in the freaking room and he was like, I was like, whoa, you're here. And he was like scarfing pizza down watching a hockey game. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's weird.
Oh, man.
That was a mess. Tequila.
How was Pacifico?
It's different, man.
Yeah.
I kind of like just being in a different bar, so everything's friggin' awesome. Like when you're
it's like a
in
total change
Truro,
of scenery.
Yeah, when you're in Truro and you go to the bars here, it's like not even like going to the bar. You're just going somewhere for a drink.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I haven't been to the Belly Up in a long time, but
Probably hasn't changed.
whatever.
Belly Up's pretty much the only place I would go in Truro now.
Yeah.
Actually, like, go out.
Yeah, somebody tried to get me to go to the engine room the other night, and I was like, well,
Not happening.
Stop going out to the engine room. You're too old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you go in there, it's the same thing every time.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
like the
depressing.
place will never change.
Yeah, if you're like 19, 20, then yeah, go.
Oh,
to
it's a
the
place to be if you're
Yeah.
young.
But like, yeah, it's weird now.
so you haven't drank in a little while, so you haven't been out to the bars or anything.
Yeah, no, I've been either working or just like staying home trying to work on music.
Yeah.
But there are some cool bars in that city for sure.
Oh, frig, I imagine.
It's like there's a cool thing where like dive bars, like grungy dive bars, are super cool. Like if the Stonehouse was in Toronto, it'd be a fucking cool place.
What?
Yeah, totally. It's the way it works. Like
Fucking trans man. I don't get it.
yeah, I don't know. It's like there's all these cool little grungy bars and people love them.
Huh, crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's not all about like clubs and stuff. Although there is like a huge club scene, but I've never been. It's not worth it. Paid $20 to get into some place just to get a drink.
That's what your
Just 'cause
cover
it has
charges
lasers.
sometimes, $20.
Probably some of those clubs, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Nightclubs,
lord.
Nightclubs that have like good DJs
In the
and, like,
entertainment
Yeah.
district, yeah.
lights and-
I suppose so.
Yeah.
I don't get that though. With the Pacifico, we're there, and like it just seemed like we turned around and all of a sudden, boom! Everybody was there.
Yeah.
It was really quick, and it was not nobody over freaking 25 years old. They're all dancing and stuff. I'm just not my thing.
Yeah,
So I start
fair.
to escape to the pool tables and stuff like that.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, there's
hey
a
kitty,
kid
come on up. Let's be buds.
there.
Star of the show.
Yeah, there she is. That's the mascot. You're always ruining it.
Unbelievable.
Is it embarrassing that you're on film right now?
It's kind of crazy, like this whole thing with cats and the internet, because they are like the biggest thing on the internet, and they have no idea that it exists. You know, like
Yeah.
that's crazy to me.
Yeah, Grumpy Cat has no idea that this is Instagram.
He has no
stuff.
fucking clue what is going on.
Someday there will be a law against it.
Yeah,
Like, how
like,
dare you use cats
Yeah.
for your own personal?
like, how dare
Well,
you
people
profit
do
from
it
your
like
cats?
for like those dog food commercials or Whiskas cat food commercials, stuff like those owners of those pets get money from the pet.
Yeah,
It's
didn't
weird.
they say that ugly cat or the grumpy cat was like they said he had an annual income of like whatever,
I
and it
can't
was
remember what
something
it was.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
What does he really see of that though? Like maybe some cool food,
Catnip,
Yeah,
like
toys, like
crazy
Yeah.
amounts of
he's
catnip,
just got a wild catnip addiction,
Wicked
But-
good kennel while the
and he's
you know,
still
they go on
grumpy.
vacations.
and he's still grumpy.
Yeah.
But his owners are making a killing off of him. They're fucking rich now, I'm sure.
I wonder how. Where's my phone? I'm gonna Google that. You
You got it?
continue talking.
Don't tell me what to do.
Where's Justin McGill? That is the question of the hour.
Grumpy
He
cat.
gone.
Do you think he's coming?
I don't know.
It's 9:09 right
Where's
now.
Dave
I
Wright?
doubt it.
Grumpy cat net worth.
No. Cat don't fuck around.
Speaking of grumpy cats, oh my shit. Grumpy cat net worth of $100 million.
What?
$100 million.
Yup.
That's insane.
You should make that cat internet star.
Look, the owner's friggin' just as stupid looking as the
Is it? Oh my god.
That wasn't not a bad picture of.
No, I thought it was a completely different looking animal altogether.
She's got it all figured out, man. Go buy a friggin' stupid looking cat and make awesome internet memes.
They kind of look alike.
No, they don't.
I just got a quick flash of the photo.
Imagine that though, your pet. Imagine her making me $100 million.
Excellent.
Hey, but what happens when the fucking cat dies? And then they want to keep the business going. Like, they got to find another cat that kind of looks like that.
Well,
it's like that whole fucking Paul McCartney conspiracy.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the personal info on this woman and her cat, but maybe the cat can't have kittens. Maybe
you never know. There's so many layers, right?
Grumpy cat. You find another grumpy looking cat. Boom. Then you have grumpy kittens.
Yeah.
Or you could do it like a fucking movie sequel where you just bring out a new grumpy cat.
Sharknado 7. Sharknado 6.
There's another one coming out. Of course.
Dude, they're pumping them out like crazy.
Sharknado. I can't remember what the new weapon is, though. I think it's like a gun with a chainsaw attachment thing.
Oh, they have like a cool weapon every time. Like a cool new weapon.
Well,
like
a robot.
Like a newer version of a
No.
chainsaw every time. Yeah, she's a robot now.
Nice.
And she's
They're just
not
running
good
with it.
looking at all.
No, she fell to shit after
Mhm.
American Pie. I don't know what happened to her, but
She's got to be like, man, she's got to be in her 40s or 50s now.
oh yeah, but
Mid
so
40s, 50s.
Probably
a bunch
40s.
of other people.
Yeah.
They look great,
She's probably my age.
like Raquel Welch.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Raquel Welch, man, she's
Like
still hot.
something?
She's still hot. Yeah, she's like 70 something.
Yeah,
Really?
She looks
Google it.
she looks good.
Actress?
What? You don't know who Raquel Welch?
I'm sure if I saw
She
a
was
picture
in
of her, I'd know who she was.
Planet of the Apes, the original.
Okay.
Geek it. Oh, give me the evil eyes.
I hate the 80s, man. A lot of people like the 80s. I hate the 80s. I think everybody looked ridiculous.
Yeah, everybody looked ridiculous in that. I think people look more ridiculous in the 90s.
Yeah, but we're going to look back on the 2000s too and be like, people look fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, people looked metro in the 2000s.
2016, they look pretty fucking weird.
No, I'm talking about like 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
Like blonde, spiky hair, but it was like the 80s mixed with queer eye for the straight guy.
Right.
Like, it was a weird scene. You had the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, and the boy bands were falling out, but everyone was clinging on to it.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Weird.
And you had your Sum 41s.
Holy Jesus. She's 77 years old.
What?
Dear Lord. She
Yeah.
she has aged well.
That's going to be so creepy sounding. Dear Lord.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, but she's crazy. She's probably going to live till she's 300.
Yeah.
Easily with today's
Still working.
technology, yeah. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
She'll turn out all right.
That's what I like.
I can't even get my feet wet without getting sick, and she's gonna live till she's
Yeah.
All right, May, come on up.
I apologize for my coughing. I'm just getting over a cold.
That's going around, man. I'm starting to get it too.
Good for you.
Hey, you guys both kind of sound like shit.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been getting a lot of sleep. I don't know what Matt's deal
What have
is.
you been tired of getting sleep at all?
Chasing any girls around up there? You got any girlfriends?
Why do you think you haven't been getting any sleep?
No, not really, no.
No?
I dated a girl for a while. It was pretty cool. It didn't work out, but
Hmm.
we're
Want to
good.
give her a shout out?
It's on.
Just joking.
Hey, if you're listening, I just want to say
Oh,
there's
Dustin.
Dustin McGill.
If you're listening, I just want to say there's Dustin McGill.
Dustin?
Hey, Dustin! Oh, it's gonna be loud as shit.
Sounds
Dave?
like a woman walking.
Hey?
I don't know. We'll see.
Dave Wright?
It's gonna be a surprise.
Hopefully he's not somebody with a gun.
And there goes my
Must be
TV.
Dustin. He's making multiple trips.
Somebody's robbing the house right now.
We're trying to guess who it
Yeah,
is, and
we're
they're
trying
just
to
like,
figure out who it
these
is.
idiots are, they're never going to know.
They're like, yeah, it's totally me.
It's a me.
What about you? How are you guys doing? Things are good?
Things are all right.
Wicked.
Work's good. Life's good.
Dustin's bringing in a bunch of gear right
Is he?
now. I think he's been doing multiple trips to the car.
Yeah.
Like full PA, full lights, smoke.
I'm trying to think. Maybe we should fucking do it tomorrow or something.
Yeah. I'm cool with that too. Start it fresh.
Told you it was going to be silly, didn't I? Yep. It was like we just spinning on ice and couldn't get traction. Couldn't get into a proper podcast. Well, until the end. It smoothed out there a little bit, but yeah, I had a ball editing those clips. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the overall podcasting. So enjoy your time and thanks for listening. Subscribe too, by the way. Give me a thumbs up, something.
I've always rolled with the spirits, visions in my mind, keep my heart and an eye on the horizon line. Don't let the past condemn you, let nothing break your gaze, and don't fear the pursuit of what sets your soul ablaze. I get this information from the river, from my pen. Not a mage or a mystic, I am but a simple man. 7 seas you wander, all the days and nights you roam, lead you all, lay this road into the great unknown. Whether you're a beggar or a crown upon a throne, leads you on. May this road into the great unknown.